All right, guys, Sir Jeremiah here. This may be a short one. I've got to get on the road today. Thought I'd try to get this in real quick before I go on the road. Made a little bit of progress. I have to explain a few things here. I've actually had to start the game over, but I've brought it back to about the same spot. Um, I I'm still not sure what happened. I don't know if a creeper somehow got close to me, but suddenly there was a giant hole in the side of my base. And I tried for a while to recover it and just realized it was going to take me. I figured out a strategy I thought could recover it using, since I already had a teleport point inside the ship, gathering, running out, drawing all the mobs away, gather some sand, run back, place a few pieces, that kind of thing. But it would have taken hours and I'd have probably died of hunger doing it. So I just decided rather than you guys deal with all that, I abandoned that game, started over. Actually, I think I got a worse loot chest the first time, but it didn't matter. That loot chest wasn't a huge part of it. um, and have rebuilt to about the same spot. Not a huge difference. You probably see some things configured a little bit differently along the way, but more or less the same layout. But I also, by the way, found out, fortunately was able to nip this one in the bud and have built uh, another layer. But apparently at some point either a sandstorm can pile stuff up against your wall or the husks can drop stuff. I'm not sure which happened, but they breached the top of my wall. But I've taken the wall up another level that seems to be holding. I also have learned, I went ahead and decided, because I was trying to figure something out, and I'll explain that to you guys in a minute. But I went and watched a video of someone's first session, and we could have had a bed this whole damn time. Turns out that crook that I had to make earlier, that I couldn't figure out what to do with it, all I have to do is use that on leaves. And when I use that to break the leaves, I will eventually get those silkworms. I couldn't figure that out in the UI. What it was showing me looked like I needed something special there, but apparently you can just break leaves with it. And you get those silkworms. And of course, one of the things it said is I can cook them. I'm guessing that's going to be an extra food source for me, which I could use right about now. Because I've got 3. And again, I'll go back over that. But also, if you put those silkworms back in a tree, they will fill the leaves with string. This is one of those mod packs where string can be combined to make wool, so you can make a bed. So we're going to dedicate, I'm probably going to plant another tree off to the side and dedicate to that. I've also been looking at how they had their stuff set up. They had the trees further apart. I've been using a close grid of trees like I would do in vanilla, but my trees won't all grow when I plant them that way. So I think I am going to separate them apart. Once I can sleep, I could even expand the base walls out a bit. That might be a good thing. I've also learned from watching that one that there are Punjabi sticks, I think what they're called, that you can plant once you've got, what is it called? Sugarcane. So those mobs can die against your walls. And that'll give some drops. So I'm going to look into that too. Well, once we have ready iron, we might even be able to figure out a way to hopper all of that stuff together. It would be pretty cool. Let them die against there and just fish through some chests and see what we got. So I'm thinking of that later on. But for right now, I do want to try to get to some silkworms, because being able to sleep this off, I set up a little kill zone. I don't know if you guys have seen me do that before. I just dig down to the wall where I can see under the wall, can hack them off the knees, and if I don't get too close, they can't hit me. So I've been collecting rotten flesh that way, and the rotten flesh gives me 2 possibilities for food source, because I made some drying racks, and I can put the rotten flesh on the drying racks, and that will give me a some monster jerky. And I think you guys saw in the UI earlier, there's a penalty to using food too much. In fact, every time you eat food, the next time you eat it, it's less effective. I think the idea is you're supposed to eat it once every 6 foods. Well, right now I've only got 3 food sources. I've got the apples that are dropping, a monster jerky, and I've got the rotten flesh. I did just have 1 drop of potato, and as soon as I can make my furnace, I'll be able to cook that potato. But been trying to plant crops. That's what I was trying to get to doing. I've been sieving dirt and getting lots of seeds. And I know there's going to be a problem with the crops. I know that they're not going to last well, but I'm thinking that if I bone meal them and immediately harvest them, then I'll get them. This mod pack has seasons, so the crops will die because it's winter. But I'm thinking I should be able to get something out of it. But I can't figure out. They won't plant. I've made a hoe. You can't make farmlands. That's not it. I've put dirt blocks near water, not near water, inside, outside. Nothing I can do will let me even plant them. It's not whether they'll grow or not. The planting doesn't happen. So I don't know what that is. I'm going to tinker a little bit more probably through the day today. But for now, I've got 3 sources plus this 1 potato. And I'll probably go try to get some more mob drops later. That'll help out. Haven't done a whole lot else. You made a few things here and there, but we did do all of the sieving. And so let's hop over here. Boom. If we look here, hey, look, that's enough to make my furnace. So let's go ahead and make that. It should be enough to give me my 8 with some to spare. And I was watching, when I was watching, you're just going to distribute randomly? That's the plan? I missed the balancing thing that is in this elsewhere, in whichever one that was. Oh, FTV Academy had that. All right, so we are going to put our furnace. Well, I guess I need to make the furnace, or I'm just dropping piles of cobblestone over there. And as you can see, we've got a lot of logs, so we can absolutely support this thing. So I'm going to take this. Oh, do this. Make some planks. Put the planks in as fuel. And take half of those and make us some charcoal. Then we will have torches. So we can start lighting things so we can kill the spawn off in the area at least. Meanwhile, I need to eat something. And it's all about the same. Oh, get this out of here. I need to cook this potato. And then we'll put that back. So I can eat that potato, and that'll actually increase the benefit of whatever I eat next, because I'll only eat one of those once in the last 6 foods. Let's go ahead and eat this potato. Oh, there we go. And I'm having some odd lags, so if those start happening, what you'll see me do is I'll just escape out and escape back in. Apparently that cures lag. It's not the game, it's actually my computer, so it would actually probably make the recording awful at the same time, I'm thinking. So every time I see that lag happen, I will do that. So that helped. So which food source? So I'm sure I need to here. Okay, there's that lag. So we're gonna nope out for a second. Okay, twice, once. All right. So this is how this works. So it'll give me a little bit more food value for my apple, which will actually be able to help me heal them. All right. So now we're back at full health. Let's get out here. Oh, I also learned this. So that puts that up there, and I can see what my temperatures are. And apparently I don't need to worry about it until I get close to 23. 23 apparently is where you start taking damage from this. And right now, where it says target there, that's 17 of 21. 21 is the highest temperature I would reach under current conditions. And the rate there, where you see it climbing towards 1,000, when it hits 1,000, that's when you change the next degree in whichever direction you're going. One other benefit of my mob farming that I've been doing under the wall is it actually does dramatically reduce the number of them. So if I have to go out, I've got fewer of them to deal with, and so I will be able to eventually reduce them down as we start sleeping. So I'm going to make 1 block of dirt that we are going. Can I get in? Thank you. Oh, as you can see, I replaced all of the doors with oak, so I can open them by clicking on them instead of driving myself absolutely bonkers. So we still got 4 of these for making dirt. We've got 4 over here for water, and as you can, that one looks like it's not full. No, it's full. Okay, just a little less full. That's 900. Hey, interesting. All the others are 1,000. That one's 900. So I'll probably use that one to refill a water bottle. All right. Yeah, we're getting mad charcoal now, dudes. This will help. So do I have any more storage here? I do. Let's grab. Try to keep a little bit here. Should something happen and I lose everything, this is how I would restart. How close are those? Close. Okay. Let's go ahead and make some. That'll make a whole stack. Oh, I need to make some more sticks first. Oh, I've actually got a bunch of planks. Does anybody here know how this game works? Because I seem not to. There we go. There's some sticks. Now we're getting somewhere. Target is 25, so I will need to go cool down at some point in the very near future. Okay, we got torches now. Let's go. I'm going to drop a few torches real quick here. And then we'll go outside and cool off. Not going to get the whole process done here, but we can get it started. We're definitely hot enough we need to get outside and cool off. We can drop torches out here while we're here. So I cool off and light the place up, all at the same time. And this has been an experiment back here. I can't figure out why this tree won't grow back here. If this one will grow, this will be my, okay. Why? Oh, because I'm in here. Yeah, so you see here, I'm not likely to cool off more than this because target is currently 20. That's based upon where I'm standing. The wet here cools me down by 7 degrees. So I can't really expect my temperature to go down here. I think when I hit 250, it's going to stay the same. Yeah. So the rate is faster in cooling than in heating. Target has gone up to 21. Interesting. So we are in the midday sun. I'm going to go put out some more of these. Need to put some up top too. I know. So here's the deal. I saw something earlier that I knew was not good, but I didn't know how not good. Every now and then before night, it'll say blood moon rising. The blood moon you cannot sleep through apparently, and spawns more mobs. I figured out the spawn more mobs thing. In fact, that's when I have the problem with spiders. I did not realize it also was one you couldn't sleep through. So we're at 20. Okay, there we go. Cooling down, cooling down. I've been uneven in my torch distribution, but I think I've actually been excessive too, so I think we're okay. So when the target drops to 19, I think I'll hop back out, which it should do soon. We are past the middle of the day. Yep, target's 19. Okay, so let me cool down to that. That'll only take a second, and then I'll go out and run around more. There we go. All right, so we should be safe to stay out of the water now. Let me go drop torches across the top here. I might even jump up on the wall. If nobody's shooting arrows at me, I might jump on top of the wall and torch the top of the wall. If for nothing else, for no other reason, then I think it'll make it more visible for me from a distance. Can I just walk up this and put a torch up top just for the hell of it? I can. So that'll be nice and visible. So you can see what I've done with the wall here. This gives you a good view of it. Oh, my tree grew. Sweet. Okay, that's going to be my tree for silkworms. So I'm going to go over this side, grab my crook, and take these out. But you can see my trees are not all growing, so I think I need to move these further apart. I think I'm going to move these so there are 4 spots between them. So when I come over and take these out, that's what I'll be doing, moving them over. I needed a bunch of sand to help rebuild my wall. I think I've still got some sand up there. No, I think those are actually chiseled blocks. Yeah, so I think I've gotten all of the sand off the top, except maybe over in this corner. Yeah, there's still some sand over in that corner. I want all the sand off the top because I'm afraid that someone may be able to remove that, whether it's the zombies can remove it or an enderman shows up. I know an enderman could definitely remove a block there. Oh, that's dust. That's sand. That may be enough. I think there's 4 of them there. Anyway, at some point I need to go outside when I can sleep, and then I can kill off enough of the mobs. I'm going to run around outside and just gather a crap load of sand and some more dust. Because I need some to sieve with, and just removing my yard like this and mining underneath the base, both are aggravating. When there's all that sand out there, I just can't quite get to. So let's make some more sandstone here. And hopefully this will be a wall I will not have to change out for a very long time. Do I have any sand left? I did not leave myself any sand to stand on. I need some standard sand. So I don't have to mine my way back down. There we go. So sand there, that over here. Okay. Oh, I'm at 22. Hot. Let's get back in. Yeah, that when that changes to orange like that, that's a bad thing. That just means you're close to taking damage. All right, 14, sweet. Yeah, so the day is actually cooling off. I thought I had waited late enough that the day would cool me off, but it did not. So we're going to drop back down to 19. And then I think we can safely just hang out of the water the rest, because we're after 9 o'clock. It's almost sunset. Okay. Yeah, target here is still 21, but it's not going to stay that way. I don't think it'll have a chance to get me back to 21. Alright. Yeah, I've decided these trees linked together is kind of a pain in the neck, too. Just means I can't take one tree down at a time. Okay, I was going to harvest you anyway. So let's get up here, and we'll go... Almost enough. Need one more block of sand, stone, make that right here. Alright, so that takes care of our wall. And it's cool enough now, we can work. One thing I do need to do, I said it takes care of my wall, it really doesn't. I've had guys taking pot shots at me through this stuff. So at some point I need to replace all of this with something that doesn't allow them to take pot shots through it. It's all tops, unfortunately, so I can't just grab all of these. Some of them aren't quite ready, but we're going to take all of them anyway. We can make more dirt, do more sieving. Oh, I started to say earlier, from that video, apparently there's such thing as a cobblestone generator. I don't think I'm anywhere near being able to make that yet, but that will solve a huge problem for us, because I won't have to any longer try to figure out how to make, spend all my time sieving. What'll get us out of pure try not to die mode is when we get some things that we don't have to do anymore. Right now, I'm working, literally every minute is full. At no point during this right now do I ever just say, you know what, we're caught up. We can just take it easy now. There's always a bunch more to be done. So I want to end that cycle and make it so there's not a bunch left to be done all the damn time. Okay. Just throw one over here and one over here. Let's go harvest these trees, and then we'll look at moving things around. Oh, I need to get my crook, because I'm going to harvest these leaves. I'm going to harvest them with the crook. See if we can't get those silkworms that have been on our quest list for so long that I just thought were oddly placed. In fact, it's just I didn't know what I needed. So we'll set that aside. Put these back up here. Grab the crook. And we can also make a condensed crook. Again, I've been learning a little bit, trying to figure out how stuff's going to work around here. Put that in here. Yeah, okay. There's that lag again. Let me pause out of that lag. So the condensed crook is an instant break. So we'll make clearing the leaves really fast. And apparently we still get all the regular drops. We just also are likely to get a silkworm out of it. So looking forward to having some new stuff. This is already obviously faster than what I was doing. Not sure I've gotten any silkworms yet. I think I'm going to put a crafting table or crafting station out here. One of the things I've noticed is a lot of the guys who have been playing Minecraft a long time, they don't even bother on survival games with an indoor area like I've done. It was Direwolf and I forgot who else was playing with him. Were playing this. So, again, I've only watched the one episode, so I've gotten very little information, but a lot of stuff I needed. But they just built outside of it. I think they eventually built kitchen or something inside. But I noticed that too with Zine and Sparkles and Sevtac. They built outside. I'm not sure what drives that. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I mean, it is more convenient if you are fast enough that you don't ever need to be inside. You get things controlled fast enough. So, for instance, had I known there was a bed, that would have worked. I could have... Okay, fine. Just be that way. We'll just do this. I'm building the condensed crook now. They don't stack, but look at that. Boom. That will work. All right. So I'm going to put the crafting table out here just so I don't have to keep going back inside when I need to craft something. That's something I do in actually some of my other games too. So back to this. And I also, I've got to turn the settings down and use the the textures that have the solid leaves. And I actually kind of like the look of the solid leaves, but I'm realizing the advantage of the transparent leaves, especially when you get one of those big trees. You can actually see where the other branches are that branch off. You can't do that when you are when you have the solid leaves. You have to bash leaves until you find where the offending branch is that's stopping the decay of the leaves. Yeah, this is about where I was when a skeleton walked up and shot me through that wall. So we're still using wood. And I have my axe and pickaxe are both tinkers now because, of course, those are easier to repair. Fairly inexpensive too. Not that wood is really a scarce resource for me at this point. I've been gathering sufficiently that's not a scarce resource, but still would be easier. So let's go in. We're gonna move these. I think what I'm gonna do is take out every second one and move them this way. that might be sufficient. Where'd the other dirt go? I picked up 2 dirt, didn't I? Oh, no, it's still in there. Oh, not there. Not there. Let me go over here. The cat has joined the party. I think with 3 between them, it'll work better. So we'll see. We'll see. Take all of these out. Okay, so that gives me some space there. Let's take this dude out. And this dude out. The cat, you cannot walk on the keyboard. That will not work. I'll let you be up here for a little while, but you can't be on the keyboard. Right. There. I'll try that with just 6 of them instead of the 8. Okay, cat, you gotta settle down. I gotta be able to work here. Maybe with them spread out, they'll all grow, and that'll actually be faster than what I was doing before. So let's see what we can manage. Why is my dirt not stacking? I must have picked up one of my coarse dirts. I wonder what happens if I sieve a coarse dirt. I don't know that there's a real... Oh, hey. Forgot about spiders. Forgot about spiders. Jump scare. Okay, cat, you're moving around too much. Get down. When she gets in my lap and just lays down, it changes my posture a little bit. At least I can still work. But when she gets moving around, it's impossible to do anything to do. I'd love to get in and create an overhang on this wall, which would actually keep the spiders out. So if I ever get them, get around to sleeping, so did I get any? All of that. I did get. So I did get a cobweb. That might be useful for something. I've got 1 string here. That's also from him. But all of that, I didn't get any silkworms. So we'll just have to keep waiting, keep working on that. We'll eventually find silkworms. All right, let's, we've got all of, see, this is my frustration. I've got, not there, that's all minerals and stuff. I've got all of these seeds, and some of these ought to be useful. I mean, I can grow myself an oak tree. I don't really need that, but we've even got sugarcane seeds. We've got birch and acacia here. I don't know if those are useful later, but you know, that might be. But and there's flax, so I could grow string if I could make that grow. But the ones I really expect to find use out of are the ex nihilo, or nihilo, depending on how you pronounce it. I expect all of those to be easier to grow here, and I can't even start them. They just won't plant. It's frustrating me because I'm so close to having actual other foods. That would be my next component in having foods. Meanwhile, let's, do we have any, what do we have here? Just got a couple of things. Don't have enough of anything to actually make something out of yet, so we are going to strain some coarse dirt. I don't sieve some coarse dirt. I don't know what that will do, but let's find out. So what do we get out of that? More rocks, some seeds. Nothing else particularly useful out of that. Interesting. We'll drop off this. And we'll drop it. I'm trying to keep over here stuff that's likely to be useful in crafting and stuff that is either unuseful in crafting or maybe later. I'm trying to keep over here. And this is all of my organic stuff. I guess I need to move my sieve over at some point and make a double chest. We're getting kind of full now that we're gathering seeds. All right, I'll put my few stones in here. I'll be able to make more cobble at some point. All right, so let's sieve some sand. So sand and dust give me 2 different sets of stuff. Oh, and I can also, by the way, when I've got enough string, I can make apparently a silk strainer, which would be helpful. Okay, temperatures are rising again. I've got to be able to eat soon. Really was hoping for some inspiration here on, I gotta get outside. Oh, I wonder if this still works. They were doing this and this was working. Yeah. So This lava here apparently is actually water. So you can see that I step in this and my target drops way down. So I can come over here, cool down. It's actually cooling me pretty fast too. It's a faster cooling rate than the water outside. Maybe because I'm not exposed? Maybe that's what it is? I don't know. But we're going to cool off 1 more degree here, get down to our target, and then we will go back to work. So this will allow me to get more done by using that, now that I know that cools off. I actually was kind of avoiding it, assuming it would warm up rather than cool off. It's a cooling effect. So what am I starting to get? Let's get some crushed tin ore. I need to start looking at some of those and see if there's something I can use that for. I'm going to dry some more of this. I've got a lot. So these are my drying racks up here. I think later I might have other uses for those. I figure if I keep both around, then twice, once. Okay, so apples are my best answer right now. Ideally, you want to get to where you have something you've not eaten recently. I would say, not eaten recently. So next would be rotten flesh, and then I think we're back to the monster jerky. So that having that potato in the rotation helps out. It'll only help out during this 6, but it does help. Okay, and so now everything. Oh no, it still says once there. Okay, so I can eat that one again. Okay, so next will be my jerky. Can I eat right now? I can. It should still say once. Yep. Okay, so I can't eat right now. All right, cool. So that gets our food factor back up a bit. Let's go here, make some more dirt, collect our dirt. And plenty of water. I don't need water just yet. So we'll wait a bit, put that away. I've just been storing excess here. So when I need it, I will have it. All right. Yeah, so this dude has grown now. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You need to be using this. Because we really, really want to find silkworms. We change our world, I think. I'm assuming the compressed brook still lets us find silkworms. If I don't find any this time around... Oh, wait. Yep, there's silkworms. We've gotten one. Okay, so we are gathering silkworms now. We need to put things back where they're supposed to be. I don't know why. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm going to have to... Once I get this moved, I have to pause again. Okay, we're going to have to go cool off again soon. Let's take these down. I think we're almost to the point where we don't have to cycle these quite as fast. We can just let them sit until we need more, because we're starting to make real progress. So this is where some things are starting to slow down. I don't need the wood from the trees as much. We're farming trees now pretty much entirely for silkworms and apples, rather than for wood. Wood will be useful, but we don't really need more of it right now. That's not the button I was trying to... That's still not the button I was trying to push. Torch up there. Let's see. Roll these things back down. And let's go cooled off, because we are dangerously hot here. Fortunately, we now know. Yeah, see, there's my thing telling me I'm almost at 22. So I think 22 is actually where you start having problems. I think 23 is the real danger, but 22 is a not good place. So let's stay in here until we get down to 18, and then we can go do some more stuff. It is 6. So by the time we heat back up, we might actually be, the outside may be cooling off. So we may never have to cool off again today. So now knowing that this is the faster cooling method, actually no, see that's at 250 now. The other one was at 250. Seemed to be faster. It was at 189 last time. Oh, we're done. Right. Okay, so what's up next? Let's finish out our dirt here. I did learn, by the way, at one point, you can compost the rotten flesh, but you cannot mix it with plant matter. You can do one or the other, but if you put both in, it will never, it will never turn into compost. Okay, got that lag going on. Hang on a second. There we go. So target is 24. I need to keep an eye on myself here, although it's getting really late, so I think the target would start coming down soon. Yeah, target's down to 23. Still only have the one. So I was just looking to see if my target has changed outside. No, target's the same outside as in. Interesting. I was wondering if one was warmer than the other. So we're going to take this guy down just because I want to see if I can get some more silkworms. He's going to replant him because this is where we're going to grow silkworms, I think. That way we can separate them out. Eventually I won't need the separation at all, but I actually did this, I was experimenting originally to see if perchance having a tree near the water would cool things down. It doesn't appear that shade counts. I thought it might, that might increase my cooling rate or at least decrease the heating rate when I'm in the water. Put that there. Yep. Come on. Break it. Thank you. Really? You're gonna throw a lag at me as I do? What the hell? I said one there. Now what's going on with this lag here? It's causing all kinds of problems. I guess I need to restart my computer when I pop out this time. Let's drop this down just ever so briefly. Go down 1 degree. Make me feel better. I don't think I really need to, but I can't stop myself from doing this, so there we go. Back down to 70. And that temperature thing, it's not absolutely necessary, but it is very helpful having that displayed. At some point, here's the odd thing. It is actually, I think, winter here. You see the season -2. That's why crops won't grow. They've set the season, I think, to winter. So at some point, I actually have to build a heating coil for crops to grow effectively. But of course, before that happens, I actually need to figure out how to plant them. Right, so now we can drink some water. And refill the water bottle. Refill the... That's interesting. It won't refill with... It's the water bottle effectively a bucket. And I don't know why that won't let me add more to it. That's not what you make water out of. Yeah, it won't let me add more. I guess I'll just have to wait and see if maybe maybe there's maybe there's a something I missed here. I don't know. I don't know why that's a unfold. Maybe when I get a bucket I can pull that out. Otherwise I'll eventually just break it. I mean, I've got 3 more running, so it's not like I'm gonna have too much trouble if I don't. Oh, I need to make more. Really need more worms. What I really need. Okay, so let's go. Do we have any trees ready to go out here? Trees are not ready to go out here. I've still got some of this. Let's go ahead and make some trees ready to go. By the way, I need to check something. They were saying that you don't need the quest device. So let me take a look at that. Apparently pressing tilde will actually make it show up. Yep, Okay, so we're going to put that in our inventory then. I don't want to carry that around since I can get to that without it. So that frees up a spot that I've been... Whoa, hey, tree. All right. So now... Getting these silkworms is a very long process. Oh, there's... We can make more crooks. Nope, can't do that. I want to replace them directly, but I can't. Damn it. Just left it sitting there. I keep meaning to look up what environmental is on the Tinker's Construct wooden tools. It feels like sometimes they heal themselves, and I'm not sure what that would be. I'm not sure what that does at all. Is it because I have wood in my inventory? They absorb... I'm not sure. But, like, the pickaxe has been used. But it's healed itself. I don't understand it. I like it. I just like to know how to leverage that, how to predict it. Should have some charcoal in there. I'd like to have more use for that furnace. So one of the things I will do next is I will start smelting down some of the stuff that we do have. We don't have a bunch. We've got some stuff. So we could smelt stuff down. And have ingots so we can start figuring out what we can afford to do. Got one over there. So we're still at just that one lonely worm. We need, here's the deal, we need several. We need, I think, 5 just for the quest. And then we'll keep them over here. Need 5 just for the quest, because we're going to cook them. I think that's right. Yeah, 5. So we're going to cook 5 of them. So 5 I need to keep, but then I need more to actually make some string with. I don't know how many, I don't know if they propagate. If I can just put 1 in a tree and leave it, if that'll work. But we're also going to get a rice seed out of that, and that's when we can start making paper, if I can ever figure out how to make things grow. So I may have to watch another episode just to see if there is some mechanic here I'm not aware of. This is not a starter pack. I'm quickly coming to that conclusion. This was not meant to be a starter mod pack. It seems like if you know these already, especially the Ex Nihilo, if you know it already, then this apparently is a good bit easier. Why are these guys not aggroing to me? There we go. Come on, I need you to drop. I need you to drop, so you gotta get close enough that I can kill you so you can drop. I was hoping for more than jerky, but okay. You also dropped me some sand. Did I get... No, somebody else picked the sand. Well, I got to it. So I'll keep doing this for a while until I can make a bed. This is how I will maintain their numbers. Also, like I said, it gives, actually, when I did this, the time that the apparently creeper got near me, I must not just, some guessing is I didn't see a creeper and he got close to me and blew it up. But when I was doing that, one of them actually dropped an iron ingot, which I was happy about, but then, of course, had abandoned that back to a save. So, oh, hang on, guys. I've got an alarm interfering here. Let me kill this guy first, though, because he's healing himself. I'm not going to get to kill him. So hang on. Alright. which is just healing themselves. Okay, I'm just going back inside. We've gotten a few things. We've gotten a little bit of experience. We've gotten some more rotten flesh, which is really what I'm trying to do is a little bit of harvesting there. Let's see, I guess we can take some of that and make more turkey. I've got enough on me. We just use that. Maybe I'll start using some of this. If I get too much, I'll start using it for that as well. So what's my next? Twice. Once. Okay, so this is my next food here. Now it shows twice. Yeah, so we're now out of the cycle where that potato was helping out. So we're not going to get as easy now as we were. But we get a little bit of saturation out of that, so it's better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, we are actually we are still in that cycle. So I can go back to. Can I eat again now? There we go. Okay, so good. That's potato's still helping out. I was hoping maybe somebody would drop me another one in that round. That's part of the reason I'm doing the drops. I don't know of any other way right now to get anything different to eat. Let's see, let's drop some of this. I'm carrying around a lot of wood here. Let's drop some of it off in here. Clean up our inventory a bit. Alright, let's see. That's not where I want to go. I'm going to sieve some more, I guess. I want to sieve some more dust. We've got a good bit of dust there. So let's take all that, make some sticks, and distribute those sticks around. That should make us, I think, 6 strainers, right? I'm sorry, I meant 4. I was thinking 36. Alright. Go here. And don't replace that, thanks. I'm going to do this. Target, she is arising. See, we're almost near the end. I thought this might be a short episode, but we're almost near the end anyway, so let's sieve through this 10, and I'll probably call it quits there. We've made a start on getting our worms. They are not as plentiful as I had thought out of the quick... Direwolf got him pretty quickly in his... maybe they're less likely with the condensed. I don't know. He didn't use a condensed until after he'd gotten those. So maybe he knows something I don't, which is pretty common. I would expect Direwolf to know more stuff than I do about this. One more. Alright. That gives us some new stuff. We are gathering some redstone too. I don't know when that's going to become useful, but you're starting to get... Okay, good, those do stack. I was concerned that those crystals might not stack. I don't know why I was concerned about that, because there's some rice seeds right there. I'd love to be able to use those. There are warnings about which seeds not to use, but they all refer to either vanilla or I think it's called Pam's Harvest or something. But we've got a bunch of stuff that are not vanilla. See, these are vanilla, but these are not. So, let's go ahead and drop a sieve in there so that's ready for next time. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to leave off there. I'll drop these extras here. Looks like I already had an extra there. Just going through looking what I've got. How much do I have in here? Oh, I've got a bunch of these. Let's grab 10 of those. We can make some more dirt. I only need 4 of these, don't I? There we go. So we go here. Start that cooking. Oh, I only needed 8? That's interesting. But I needed 10 every time, but apparently... Oh, maybe I already had some stuff in there. That would explain it. Yep. Alright. Drop off my excess there. And I think we are good for now, folks. So that's where we'll leave off. And I will I will probably do very little in the interim. I am going to go back and watch the next episode of Dire Wolf and his buddy playing that, only because I'm hoping that in that episode they will plant a damned seed of some sort. I'm just going to keep watching ahead in that until I see them plant a seed, because I want to see what if there's a mechanic that I'm missing. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I've got is there's just a missing mechanic there. But it feels like it's just absolutely not working. But I've tried it in. I'm pretty sure I tried to plant before that wall got blown up. So I've tried it actually in what would be two entirely different games of this. If it doesn't work, and it doesn't look different in theirs, then what I'll have to do is start a new game and see if that works. Or maybe there's something that's glitched in my mod pack. If I can't grow food, I think I am sunk. So we'll have to see what happens here. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon, and I'll give you an update when I come back. Hopefully I'll have figured out the planting thing, and we'll have a little bit of croppage that we can work with. And I'll also start looking ahead to what it's going to take to make the heating coil, because we're starting to get, with the furnace now, we're starting to get where we can start thinking about making things. In fact, if I look here, heating element, heating coil. So here's a heating coil. I mean, blaze rods? Surely that's not what they mean. Just iron bar. Oh, we need a resonator to make that. Yeah, so apparently blazes are part of this. All right, so it may be a while before we can do that. I haven't seen a blaze, and I'm assuming that the nether is not, at least immediately, part of our plan here. I've not seen any lava, so, but we do have oh, one other thing here, real quick, guys. Not that. I did set a waypoint here, wherever it is. You can't see it on here. Can I zoom out? Can you see it? Yeah. So that's the actual quest location. Since I couldn't read the coordinates, I went online and looked up the coordinates. So I've just set the waypoint to those coordinates so that we can see a beacon as we get there. It is pretty close to where I thought it was. I thought it would be pretty much straight line there. And I think it's just the town. Still don't know how I'm going to handle that town because there are mob spawners all over the place. But at some point, we've got to go figure that out. When I can sleep, it will help because that'll mean I can back away from the town, build a little hovel, sleep, recoup, have some food, that kind of thing, especially once I've gotten more food so that I can eat. So I'm thinking the town with those, because there are chests in it, I'm thinking that's a fairly soon thing that I want to get to. Wipe out all of my mobs around here first. I need to put a door somewhere in my wall. There are several things I need to work on here. So anyway, guys, I've enjoyed it. See you soon. And hey, you can catch me live on twitch.tv/SirJeremiah, though this series is probably not going to be streamed. I've so far been recording these for you as separate episodes. I'm doing some traveling and may not have a chance to actually catch streaming. So you catch me streaming my other stuff. Guys, have a great one. Bye.